Things are not as cut and dried as they appear. There are some organizations in your city that do some excellent work in protecting animal rights. They care and help animals in distress in all possible ways, recognizing the fact that they too are living beings and have some basic needs. Jeev Raksha is a privately run organization that provides wholesome care to any stray dog or animal that crosses its threshold, later putting it up for adoption. The primary objective of societies like that of the Blue Cross is to control the birth rate of stray dogs, keeping their population in check. Other organizations, like that of the Kathrad Snake Park, care for wild animals in surroundings akin to their natural environment, later leaving them into their natural habitats where they rightfully belong. The goal of these organizations is obviously one: to make the world of these animals a better place to live in, providing them with the much needed healing touch. Their aim has been quite consistent: love an animal and you'll never regret it.
The basic objective is to spread the word care for animals and trees. Once people learn to care for animals, they'll automatically learn to care for plants, trees, anything, any greenery alive. And that will help our environment, and we will be one with nature. I would like to modify the laws against cruelty.
Original objective was to bring down the population of the stray dog, because they've discovered that there's no way in which by just indiscriminate or random killing they are being able to control the population. So we adopted it because of Mrs. Maneka Gandhi asking us to do so. As per the WHO and UNESCO, what should I say, line. The WHO had done a big paper in Geneva on rabies and rabies control. And they worked it out that this particular program, which is called ABC cum AR, which stands for Animal Birth Control cum Anti-Rabies. The two things are clubbed together. If you control one, automatically you can control the other, because you sterilize and you give the shot, the anti-rabies shot, which has to be repeated every year. Well, that is not always possible, but as far as possible we have done it, and we have brought down the rabies figures, both in Bombay and here, wherever this program has been done.
The Wild Animal Orphanage at the Katra Snake Park is perhaps the only institution in India which is owned by the government and run by a voluntary organization called the Indian Herpetological Society. We in fact started way back in 1980. We started with snakes. We started rescuing snakes, informing and educating people about snakes, how they are harmless and how they should not be killed and why they should be protected. But later on, as we progressed with snakes, we rescued snakes, we brought them, we rehabilitated them. We started receiving orphan and injured animals and birds. In fact, we started first with a lot of kites who met with accidents in human settlements. People started bringing them to us. We treated the kites and released them back into the nature. And then we realized that there are more than these animals. Animals like monkeys, animals like foxes, even leopards. They started coming to us, and we treated them, we reared them, and tried to release them back into the nature. Till date, we have treated about 3,000 animals, and 85% of them have gone back into the nature. We have released them back into the nature.
Our animals basically are wounded animals, sick animals, either injured by vehicle, by a train possibly, or by cars or motorcycles. They are fractured, they are half dead, or they have mange, people don't want them. So they have to be treated medically first and foremost. But we find that food, we can give the same type of food to all the animals of one kind. For example, the dogs are given food. Their food in the morning is milk, dalia, that is crushed wheat, jaggery, or rava, milk and jaggery. Then in the afternoon they are given, or in the evening they are given dal, rice and lots of vegetables, leafy vegetables and other types of vegetables. We take them out in the morning, say about 2 blocks. Then we take them out in the afternoon after their morning meal, lunch, and at night at about 8 o'clock onwards. They are walking, our staff is walking the animals till almost 1 or 2 o'clock at night. We have many of these animals, they have different speeds, they have fractures, they're old. So at different speeds, so it takes time. We give every sort of medical care. For example, the other day we got a dog whose spinal cord, there were gaps between. So we got a collar made for him. Unfortunately, the dog died after that. My ophthalmologist is willing to do all the eye operations required. My dentist is willing to do the dental treatment. and the veterinary doctors are very helpful.
We've also discovered that if you sterilize an animal, it does tend to get less aggressive, it gets less excitable. So the people of that particular area where you have released these sterilized animals should actually benefit by it. Because a dog is a very territorial animal. So if you sterilize and put him back into his own area, he will not allow an unsterilized animal into his area. And the idea is eventually, through sheer nature working on it, they will be able to bring down the population. You'll never be able to get rid of the stray dog, in India at least, because the stray dog is indigenous to India. But you should be able to at least control it in the cities or metros where this program has come in.
Yeah, actually these all are stray dogs picked up from the streets. So we don't know the history of the dogs, whether they are anemic or not, whether they are having loose motions or not. So what we do is give them full rest completely for 2 days. We give them proper food. If possible, we deworm them. Basically, they are also in shock because the way they are caught by the PMC staff and then they are put into some different area. So they are under shock. So to recover from them, that, we give them 2 days rest, proper food. If possible, we give them deworming, and then we take them for operation after 12 hours fasting, complete fasting, means we withhold water and food, and then we take them for the operation. After the operation, generally the 3 to 4 shots are given. Number 1 is antibiotic, which is a long-acting antibiotic, and at the same time we give tetanus toxoid injection. We have to give them anti-rabies shot to them, which is given in the span of 6 to 8 hours after the operation. And next morning we give them the Iomax shot. This is injection ivermectin is there. That Iomax cause which is for ticks and fleas. The dogs come in the pound with fleas and ticks, completely infested with fleas and ticks. So with this Iomax effects on Iomax has an effect on ticks and fleas, which kill the ticks and fleas, and also it's for mange also. And after giving Iomax, the dog is observed critically for first 3 days, and after 3 days the dog are taken out. They take them for a walk after giving proper food, antibiotic, after seeing their proper recovery. After 5 to 7 days the dogs are relieved. Basically the thing is that the dogs are released. Basically the dogs nowadays what we are using here is absorbable suture material for skin also. So we need not take out the stitches which are supposed to be taken otherwise after 7 days. After 7 days the dogs are released in the same PMC van.
We do give dogs for adoption. People prefer to take pups, but an adult dogs they feel adult dogs will not be accommodating, which is wrong because we have grown-up dogs and they are pretty much accommodating, pretty friendly. As far as adoption is concerned, we have volunteers who help. We send them home or to the home of those people who want to take a dog in adoption. We check whether they are genuine animal lovers, and that they really have the permission of all the members of the family to adopt.
The first and the foremost thing to be done to animals who are injured or orphaned is to provide them love, because they are in a state of shock. The most important thing is to get them out of that shock state, and once they start consuming food, this is a sign of recovery. They start consuming food, and we train them to survive on the kind of food that would be available in the area where we plan to release them back.
You see, the problem is that we are supposed to be only a sterilization center, but like right now, people who do not want their animals, they abandon them. Those are also brought to us. Puppies are brought to us. We have to look after them all. We have to feed them. If they are sick, we have to use sometimes extremely expensive medicines to cure them, because the Animal Welfare Board or organizations do not approve of putting animals down. So we have to treat them. Last year, I think our figure came to almost 8 lakhs. And this is the problem. We got 4 lakhs from Mrs. Gandhi, 1 lakh from the Animal Welfare Board, 3 lakhs the good wishes and goodwill of various people who give the money to us, but we still fall short. We desperately need both money and workers, neither of which are very forthcoming, I'm afraid.
Funding is a major problem for the animal orphanage, yes, because nobody wants to spend for a blind peacock or a physically handicapped tiger or a leopard, which is not a delight to watch. And these animals are not being displayed. So the sponsorer might not get a chance to display his name outside the cage, where people will come and visit them. So funding is a major problem. We don't want huge fundings. We don't want government to come forward and give us big funds. We want each and every individual who cares for the animals to spend a little amount, maybe 100 rupees a month, 500 rupees a month, whatever is possible, because this participation is more important. Right now, we would like people to not only visit the orphanage once in a while, but also spend time with the animals, provide for food, try and work with the orphanage if possible, and very importantly, if they can inform us about any injured or orphaned animal, desi, without touching the animal, I think we'll be able to save a lot of animals than what we are doing now.
Oh, it's pretty expensive. It's 30,000-40,000 easily, if not more. Most of it is eye, foot, and the rest comes from people who are animal lovers, who give some money in celebration of any happy event, or a Thanksgiving, or at the any religious festival. We hope to increase that. Ow.